What if I told you the average millionaire has 7 income streams, but billionaires, they have 12 or more? And here's what nobody tells you. Most of them started with $0, no special connections, and definitely no trust fund. You're trading your time for money right now. One income stream, one failure point, one layoff away from catastrophe. But what if you could build multiple streams that flow whether you're awake or asleep, whether you're sick or healthy, whether the economy's booming or burning? Here's the truth: most financial gurus won't tell you. The game isn't about working harder, it's about building systems that work without you. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how a 39-year-old billionaire built 12 income streams, and more importantly, how you can steal every single strategy starting tonight. Because by the end of this video, you're going to understand something the top 1% has known forever. Wealth isn't built by addition, it's built by multiplication. Let's get into it. What if the content you create once could pay you for the next 10 years? Most people think you need millions of followers to make money on YouTube. They're dead wrong. Here's what actually happens when you crack the code. You film something once, and it becomes a cash machine that runs while you sleep. At just 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, YouTube unlocks something called the Partner Program. That's when the money starts flowing. But here's what separates the broke creators from the wealthy ones. Understanding CPM, cost per 1,000 views. Finance and business content, that's earning $20 per 1,000 views. Gaming and entertainment, maybe $3. Same views, completely different bank accounts. One billionaire investor made $360,000 from YouTube in a single year. Not from going viral, not from clickbait, from consistent, valuable content that solves real problems. Videos she filmed years ago are still depositing money into her account every single month. Think about that. Work you did in 2022 is still paying you in 2025. Pick your niche based on CPM, not passion. Business, real estate, finance, those are the gold mines. Create one video solving one specific problem, post weekly for 6 months. That's it. Your phone camera is enough. Natural light is enough. What matters is the value you deliver. The billionaire's advantage? She understands that content is the only asset that appreciates while depreciating. It gets more valuable over time while taking less effort to maintain. What if brands would pay you thousands of dollars just to mention their name? You don't need millions of followers, you need something more valuable: trust and a specific audience. A micro-influencer with 5,000 engaged followers can make $500 per post. That's more hourly than most doctors. But here's the trap. Most people sell out too early for too little. They take every deal, destroy their credibility, and wonder why their audience disappears. The billionaire does the opposite. She only promotes products she actually uses. She charges premium rates because her audience trusts her completely. And here's the multiplication effect. One sponsored post leads to your newsletter, your podcast, your Instagram. Same deal. 4 different checks. Small creators, $250 to $500 per post. Mid-size, $1,000 to $5,000. But if you've built real trust, some charge $50,000 for a single mention. Start with 3 products you already use and love. Create a 1-page media kit showing your reach and engagement. Reach out directly to their marketing teams on LinkedIn. Keep it short. Show them the value they'll get, not what you need. The secret? Turn down deals that don't serve your audience. That selectivity becomes your brand. What if the problems you solve every day at work could make you $10,000 per month on the side? Most people think consulting is for MBAs and suits. Dead wrong. Consulting is simply getting paid to solve problems you already know how to solve. That's it. A 39-year-old billionaire started her consulting career while still working a 9-to-5. A marketplace called GLG connected her with companies willing to pay $500 per hour for her expertise. She was still an employee, but she'd unlocked something most people never discover. Your knowledge has value independent of your employer. Here's what separates $100 per hour consultants from $10,000 per month consultants. Specificity. Don't say, "I help businesses grow." Say, "I help home service companies add $10,000 monthly in recurring revenue using 3 specific systems." Pick your lane tonight. What problem do you solve better than most people? Create one clear offer. A strategy call, ongoing coaching, or VIP intensives. Charge based on value, not time. Your first 3 clients can be discounted in exchange for video testimonials. Those testimonials are worth more than the money you discounted. Then raise your prices every 5 clients until someone says no. The billionaire insight? Your time working in someone's business should fund you building your own. Alright, so here's the unsexy secret. What if the path to wealth isn't all about flashy tech startups, but actually about those boring businesses that just, well, print cash? While everyone's out there chasing the next app or crypto scheme, billionaires are quietly snapping up roofing companies, window cleaning services, and garage door businesses. Why? Because honestly, people need their toilets fixed way more than they need another social media platform. Here's what makes this so powerful. You don't actually run these businesses. You own them. And trust me, there's a massive difference. Operators handle the day-to-day. You provide the strategy, the systems, and the capital. They do the work. You collect the rewards. She owns a company called Contrarian Thinking that helps people buy these so-called boring businesses. But she also owns a franchise company called Resi Brands with 700 franchisees. Every single location pays her a royalty every month, whether she's working or, just hanging out on vacation. Less competition, more demand, higher margins. That's the formula. So, how do you start? Option 1. Buy an existing business using an SBA loan with just 10% down. Sites like BizBuySell have thousands of options. Option 2. Partner with an operator. You bring the capital or maybe the strategy, they run the business, and you split the profits. And here's the secret nobody tells you. These businesses have been cash flowing for decades. They're not going anywhere. Tech startups might pivot or even disappear, but people will always need their roofs fixed. Now, let's talk about the leverage point. What if you could sell your knowledge once and get paid like 1,000 times? This is really where everything changes. You go from one-to-one to one-to-many. Instead of trading your time for money, you're trading knowledge for leverage. The Billionaire created Contrarian Thinking University. There are courses on buying businesses, courses on building businesses, and a whole community of entrepreneurs. They even run 6 events every year. And here's the beautiful part. She recorded most of it just once. Students pay monthly. The content delivers 24/7. And sure, she updates it, but the core material works whether she's online or not. The key is to pick one transformation. Not everything you know, just one specific result. Like how to buy a small business in 90 days, or how to generate $5,000 in monthly cash flow from boring businesses. Here's your starting point. Sell it before you build it. Run a beta cohort live on Zoom. Let your students pay you to help you build it. Record everything. Package it up. Now you've got a product. And you don't need any fancy equipment. Honestly, the Billionaire's first course was recorded on Zoom in a tiny San Diego apartment. What you really need is a specific problem and a proven solution. Add a community, Slack, Circle, Discord, whatever works. Give your people a place to connect. That's where the real transformation happens, and honestly, it's why they stick around and stay subscribed. Alright, here's the wealthy person's secret. What if you could get paid 2% just to manage other people's money, before you even invest it? Most people think venture capital is only for Silicon Valley elites, but here's what nobody really tells you. If you have expertise, a track record, and a network that trusts you, you can raise a fund. When you run a VC fund, investors give you capital. In exchange, you charge a management fee, typically 2% annually. On a $5 million fund, that's $100,000 a year before you make a single investment. But the real money, that's called carry. When your investments succeed and exit, you get 20% of the profits. That's where generational wealth is built. She started with a solo fund called Contrarian Thinking Capital. She raised money from her online community. Small checks, lots of investors. She invested in early-stage companies she really understood. Service businesses, software tools, media companies. And wow, that fund has really killed it over the last few years. So, what's your entry point? Start with angel deals. Get a few wins under your belt. Build some credibility. Join a syndicate on Angel List where you can invest alongside experienced operators. Build your network of high net worth individuals early. Then, go ahead and launch a micro fund. you don't need $100 million. Plenty of successful funds start with just 1 to 5 million. Imagine this. What if you could build something just once and it keeps generating revenue around the clock every single day of the year? That's the ultimate leverage. Now, think about software as a service. You create a tool that solves a problem, and people pay a monthly fee to use it. It operates whether you're awake or asleep. Take for example a company called Biz Buy Sell, also known as Biz Scout. This company was built to help people find small businesses to buy. You know, what used to require a broker taking a 10% cut now runs on software that charges a monthly subscription. And the beautiful part, the game has shifted to customer acquisition, not constant service delivery. The modern advantage is that tools like Replit and AI coding assistants mean you don't need to be a developer anymore. You can build software using natural language. But here's the truth. SaaS isn't an easy mode. You need a real problem to solve, a clean solution, and customer support once people start using it. The path forward: solve a pain point you already have. Don't chase trends. Build what you wish existed. Validate it before building by creating a landing page and pre-selling it. If you're not technical, partner with someone who is, offer equity, or hire an agency. And critically, charge from day one. Free users don't give real feedback, but real customers do. Let's talk about a real estate hack. What if you could make $5,000 a month from real estate you don't even own? Most people think you need to own property to make money from real estate. That's the lie that keeps people broke. There are 3 models to consider. Own it. You buy, furnish, and list it. This requires more capital but gives you more control and upside. Rent it. You lease a property with owner permission and sublet it on Airbnb. This is what's known as rental arbitrage, and it has a lower barrier to entry. Then there's co-hosting. You manage someone else's listing and take 10 to 30% of the revenue. The Billionaires approach? She owns several properties across California and other states. But here's what she knows that most don't: location is everything now. The Airbnb gold rush is over in most markets. You need to be strategic. Look at tourist destinations, event cities, and corporate travel hubs. The cash flow can be 2 to 3 times traditional rental income. Start without capital by beginning as a co-host. Find property owners on Airbnb forums who need help managing their listings. Take 20% of the revenue, build your systems, and then level up to rental arbitrage, and eventually ownership. Let's dive into the wealth foundation. What if one property could give you 5 separate income streams? This is like the big sibling to Airbnb. Instead of renting one unit at a time, you buy a building with multiple units and get paid by multiple tenants every month. Why do billionaires love it? Stability. People need housing in any economy. Diversification. If one tenant leaves, you're still getting paid by the others. And don't forget about the tax advantages. Real estate depreciation is one of the best legal tax shelters available. There are 3 entry strategies to consider. House hacking. You buy a duplex, triplex, or fourplex, live in one unit, and rent the others. FHA loans let you do this with just 3.5% down. Partnering. You bring capital or strategy, and your partner brings operations. Syndication. You join as a passive investor in larger deals. But here's the risk reality. This is high risk, high reward. You can absolutely destroy yourself financially with the wrong deal. But long term, with the right education and systems, this is how generational wealth gets built. The Billionaire's advantage? She understands real estate as a leverage game, not a get-rich-quick scheme. The sleep well at night money. What if companies would pay you every quarter just for owning their stock? This one is boring. It's also beautiful. Dividends are when companies share profits with shareholders. You own the stock, you get paid. Quarterly, sometimes monthly. That's it. She's been investing in dividend stocks since 2008. She made a fortune buying during the financial crisis when everyone else was panicking. Blue chip companies: Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Pepsi. ETFs like VYM or SCHD for diversification. Set everything to DRIP. Dividend reinvestment plan. Your dividends automatically buy more shares. Those shares pay dividends. Those dividends buy more shares. Compound interest becomes your employee working 24/7. Open a brokerage account at Vanguard, Fidelity, or Schwab. Start with dividend ETFs for instant diversification. Dollar cost average. Invest consistently over time, regardless of market conditions. Then be patient. This isn't day trading. This is wealth building that gets better every year you stay in the game. The ultimate multiplication. What if you could build a business once and get paid hundreds of times? When you turn your business into a franchise, other people pay you to use your brand, systems, and playbook. They open locations in their cities. Every month, they pay you a percentage of their revenue. Resi Brands has 700 franchisees across the country. Home service businesses, roofing, cleaning, garage doors. Each one pays a royalty between 3 and 10% of revenue, plus upfront franchise fees. She did the hard work once, built the model, created the systems, proved profitability. Now 700 operators do the work, and she collects from every single one. You don't need to be McDonald's. You need one profitable, systematized location. Prove your model works. Hire a franchise attorney to create your FDD, franchise disclosure document. Find your first franchisees, often employees or customers who love your service. The secret? Your franchisees want you to help them make money, so you better have systems that drive real revenue. The exponential game. What if one investment could return 100 times your money? This is where you put money into early-stage companies, startups just getting off the ground. If they take off, you share in the upside. It's high risk. Most startups fail. But here's the math. If 9 investments go to 0 and 1 returns 100x, you still 10x your entire portfolio. She's invested in dozens of early-stage companies, software tools, service businesses, media companies. Some went to 0. A few returned 50 to 100x. That's the game. You diversify knowing most will fail, but one winner pays for everything else and changes your net worth forever. Join a syndicate on Angel List. Invest as little as $1,000 alongside experienced investors. Stick to industries you understand. If you know real estate, tech, or media, invest there first. Diversify. Never put all your eggs in one basket, and expect a long timeline. These investments aren't liquid. You're in it for 5 to 10 years. The ultimate leverage? Use money from your boring, stable income streams to fund bets that could change your life. Here's what you just learned. The average person has one income stream. Millionaires have 7. But billionaires? They have 12 or more, and they're all working simultaneously. You start with time for money consulting, content, service businesses. You use that cash flow to build products, courses, software, franchises. You invest those profits into assets, real estate, stocks, early-stage companies. Each stream feeds the next. Each level multiplies your last. This isn't about working 12 times harder. It's about building systems that work without you. It's about understanding that wealthy people don't have more time. They have more leverage. The 39-year-old billionaire in this video, Cody Sanchez, started with consulting on the side while working a 9-to-5 job. She built from there, one stream at a time, each one funding the next level. Pick one income stream from this video, not 12. One, master it, scale it, use the profits to fund the second, then the third. That's how wealth actually gets built, not through overnight success or lottery tickets, through systematic, strategic multiplication. The question isn't whether you can do this. The question is, will you start tonight? If you want a complete breakdown of how to implement each of these income streams, drop a comment below with the one you're starting first. And if you got value from this video, subscribe to learn more how billionaires use financial systems to protect and grow their wealth once they have it. The game is already being played. The only question is whether you're on the field or in the stands. I'll see you in the next one.